Hello everybody, this is Trusteft and Trusteft Radio Weekend. This time we have Lombard RAC. As I remember it from back then, Lombard RAC Rally or RAC Rally. This was probably the first rally game I ever played in my life. I got it back in '87, if I remember correctly. And it was among the first games I ever played on my Atari ST, which was colored only. That means it played at a lower resolution only. Not sure if it played on medium resolution actually. But it definitely didn't play at high resolution, which was the monochrome resolution of the Atari ST. What it was basically the first rally game, as I said, I ever played. And for a long time the only rally game that was worth mentioning. I mean, there were a few other games with a rally theme, but they weren't even close to be as good or as realistic for the day as this one. The game gave you the options of playing one rack rally, one full rally, that is all stages, or you could play a few stages at a time. All of the time from what I remember, 3 stages per day or something like that. When you played the full rally, you have the option of, after finishing 3 stages, to do some repairs, and sometimes you get other options as well, like upgrading, or you can play in a TV quiz where you answer questions, and if you do well enough you get money which you can use to repair your car or get upgrades for it. Other than that, not much in the game, but of course what more could you expect in a rally game? Graphics and sound in this game were okay in '87, nothing fantastic, and definitely not nearly as good as later racing games on the Atari ST. The sound actually was quite bad, but unfortunately so was the sound in most Atari ST games. Graphics were what you would expect from an ST racing game, only that there were some changes with a nice touch to them. For example, the cockpit view. Don't remember many racing games having that, and definitely not in '87. You could see your character, your driver, which was nice. You could see the minimap, which is a nice touch too. The gameplay, well, the graphics also had the stages have different weather conditions and different time of day you could play the game. So you could stages could be at night or during the day or in between. It affected how much you could see ahead, and made the game, especially at night or during fog, very hard if you wanted to run fast, that is. It was a bit easier if you bought headlights or fog lights, but even then you could easily lose them by crashing once or twice. Speaking of crashes, you can hit your car several times, but it's not without a limit. After a while, if you keep crashing, you will game over. The game was tough, definitely not something that you could just pick up and play and expecting to finish it in a day. Races are tough, time limits are hard, driving is hard, but it's so much fun. Part of it was the elevation system used in the game. You could actually feel like going up and down hills, corners, on hills. It was something not seen in other racing games of the time. There are many obstacles on the sides of the road, so you have almost no chance of going outside the road and not hitting something. And there are the occasional opponent cars in the race, which if you hit, you lose speed or you crash. Still, with its problems, at the time it was the best rally game on the Atari ST. At least if you went for something even trying to approach a simulation. Bear in mind, there were no rally or even driving simulations for the 16-bit machines, apart perhaps from hard driving, which came quite a bit later on the Atari ST. As far for 100% rally games, definitely the only other rally game worth mentioning, 3, 2, 1, which tried to be at least a bit of simulation, was Toyota Rally. Toyota Celica Rally, I think it's called. But yeah, that's another game, and much newer game. The game is worth playing, but mostly for retro gamers. It's not type of game where it's someone who doesn't have a love for retro gaming will pick up, play and think that, wow, this is a game I'll definitely keep playing. No. The graphics haven't aged very well. The sound hasn't aged very well either. There are problems like driving lag, so by the time you move to the left, it takes some time before the car responds. The frame rate is quite bad. In general, the game is not the best driving game, retro game that someone will today pick and play for the first time and think that this is a great game. This is not going to happen. But if you are a retro gamer, this is worth playing. Don't forget that at the time the game had a large number of stages and varied weather conditions and realistic for the time driving experience, something you couldn't find at all in the 80s. Well, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.